Hi there, we are canning peaches today, and I wanted to get a shot of all of my supplies and kind of how I set up. When you're canning peaches, you're going to want to peel them first and then put them in jars and then get them in the canner. So what I do is I have it set up to where I can blanch them, peel them, put them right in the jar, and then put them in the canner to keep warm. I do a raw pack. Now you can also do a hot pack, and that's where you peel all of your peaches, put them in a pot, warm them up, and then put them in jars. That's another option, but I always do a raw pack, and so that's what we're going to do today. So first I have my water bath canner over here, and it's heating up. I've got jars in here, upside down, ready to go. I've got a stock pot here full of boiling water, or almost boiling. It's heating up as I'm doing this. Back behind here, I have my teapot, and that teapot has my sugar syrup in it that I'm going to pour over the peaches in the jars. I do a light. My recipe for my syrup is a light sugar. I don't like a lot of sugar in our peaches and in our fruits, so that's what I'm doing. I have a recipe available for you with all of those different syrup recipes. Then I have a little jar here with my lids. I've got my rings. My lid lifter is here, ready to go. I have a jar lifter, my bubble tool, and then I'm going to get a close-up here of my sink area so you can see how I do that. Okay, so this is where I do all my blanching and my peeling and such. These peaches here, I just have them in water just to rinse them off and they're ready to go. These peaches were picked off of our own tree this year, which is really exciting. It's kind of the first year that we've been able to get enough of a harvest to where I can actually can them. We usually buy our peaches, but these are off of our own tree. So these are ready to go, and what I do is I take the peaches out of this bucket and I put them in my basket here. That is going to be used to pop the peaches into this stock pot where they're going to simmer. I blanch them for about a minute to a minute and a half, and then I take them out of there and I'm going to drop them into this sink, which I'll have cold water in. I've cleaned these sinks out real well. You can see I have a tub in this one, and if you wanted to, you could just have a tub in your other sink if you're not comfortable using your sink. But I just make sure everything's clean, and we just dump them into our cold water in that sink. Then I have all my tools and everything ready here. I'll put some jars here, and as I'm peeling them, they'll go right into the jar, and then they'll go right back into that canner. So this water, I believe, is almost boiling. Let's wait for that to happen and then we'll get started. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do obviously is go ahead and blanch our peaches. Now I have my basket already filled up here, and I keep a bowl here just to set that in because then it just keeps it from getting water all over my counter. I'm going to drop it into this boiling water, and I'm going to set the timer for about a minute, and then I'll just kind of check them. I need to set this here. What you want to do is you want to cook just the outside of the peach, and then that loosens up those skins so that they'll peel off really easy. A lot of times you can just watch the peaches and you can see, you can actually see the skins start to split, and that's a good way to know that they're ready. I like to kind of swish it around so that we know we got hot water all the way around all of those peaches. And let's just watch it and see what happens here. Okay, my minute is up. I'm going to let it cook just a little bit longer here because I don't see any of the skins splitting yet. It really depends on the ripeness of the peach. Sometimes they'll split right away. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. But it's so much easier when you know that you've got it cooked well enough that they split. But you don't want to cook the peaches all the way to the center. So it's kind of a balance. But anywhere from a minute to 2 minutes is usually plenty. Yeah, that looks like it's starting to split. So I'm going to go ahead and take those out. Oh, hold on. Whoops. Turn my light off. Okay, tip number 1, use a pot holder. Even though this handle isn't hot, when you pull it up, the steam really comes out and it's going to burn your hand here if you don't have a pot holder. So Go ahead and use a pot holder, protect your hand. The steam is hot. And then I'm going to just take it right over to my sink and just dump the peaches into that cold water. Okay, so all I did is I just dumped those peaches right into the sink, which is, I cleaned it first, remember, and so I just filled it with cold water, and that cools those peaches down and it stops the cooking, because you don't want it to continue to cook. And then I'm gonna go ahead, whoops, I'm gonna make lots of noise. No, I'm gonna go ahead and fill my basket with some more peaches and get those blanching. I like to have one or two going, have this second batch boiling while those are cooling off. And then I go ahead and start filling my jars once I have some peaches ready here to go. Kind of do it in batches. Now what I have out here is I have a bowl to catch my scraps. That'll be my pits and my seeds, or my pits and my skins. And then what I will do is I'll take two of these jars out, either one or two at a time, out of my counter here. Remember, they're in there warming up, and I'll go ahead and set them on the counter here. And as I peel them and skin them, I go ahead and put them in the jar. Now let me show you, let me mix this up a little bit. I'm using wide mouth jars today. Wide mouth works really well with peaches, because if you can get those peaches in the jar pit side down, then they'll just kind of layer together and you can get more in the jar that way, and it's just a really easy way to do it. And so that's why I'm using the wide mouth. You can do it in narrow mouth too, but it's easier to get the peaches arranged when you have that mouth to work with. So I like to use wide mouth with peaches, and apricots is kind of the same way. So let's see, do these look done? Yeah, they're taking a little bit more than a minute. Okay, so here I'm going to go ahead and peel this peach. See if we can get close up of how this works. See how easy those skins peel right off? And I put that down in the bottom there so that it is cavity side down, pit side down. And then I do the same thing. Oops. This one's a little on the green side, so you can see that skin didn't come off quite as easily, but it still slid off. And it's not so green that I would toss it. It's still good. And my jar is about full here. So what I'm going to do next is pour in my syrup. And like I said, I like to pour it, whoops, I went a little too full. I usually like to just go half full, and then I tip it. And just helps to get any bubbles out of the bottom areas. And then go ahead and top it off. And I'm going to use this bubble tool, like so. Get everything out of there. Make sure my head space is still good. I need about 1/2 inch. And then wipe the rims off. Make sure they're nice and clean. And then it's ready to go in the canner. Okay, so I have my jars all filled, and the lids are on, ready to go. The water is, I've got my heat on, so the water is almost boiling. It's not quite boiling yet. I'm gonna go ahead and lower this rack, put it down in the water. Now I wanna make sure that those jars are covered with a couple of inches of water, because the jars need to stay submerged during the entire processing time. We're good to go here, so I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on and let that go ahead and come to a boil. Now you don't want to start your time until your water starts boiling. So this is just a waiting period right now. Everything is heating up. When it starts boiling, you'll start your time. Now I'm at above 6,000 feet, and so I need to process this for 45 minutes. Your time may be different. I'll include information below or in the contents area with information on how long to process according to your elevation. So, and then at that point, after your processing time is all done, you go ahead and turn your heat off, and you're gonna go ahead and remove your lid, and then you're gonna let your jars rest for 5 to 10 minutes. That just allows things to kind of rest and slow down and stop bubbling. Then you're gonna take that rack and you're gonna pick it back up onto the sides of the canner so that your jars are up above the water, and you're gonna let it rest for another 5 to 10 minutes. At that point, you can go ahead and take your jars out of the canner. I set them on my butcher block top over here. If you don't have wood counters, or a wood butcher block, you can use a towel or something to set them on. And you're gonna let them rest and let them cool off completely till they're room temperature. At that point, you can check your seals and make sure that everything is sealed up. Take your rings off for storage. Go ahead and wash your jars off if needed. Sometimes they're a little sticky and you just need to rinse them off. Not a big deal. Mark the lid so that you remember what you did and when you did it, and then you can put them in storage. So I have a lot of peaches here that I'm still gonna keep on going. I've got probably at least 3 more loads to do. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and you have a great day.